people tend not to care, and we saw that through COVID, until it affects them. So you saw every industry, they only got angry when the mandate or the restrictions came to them. And the final one was the trade. It was the unions. That's when they got angry. That's when they fired up, and that ended up being, big gangs of men that were willing to fight back. But until it got to that point, they didn't stand up for, before that the nurses, or before that everybody else, the cafes, the shops, the small business, whatever. They didn't stand up. So I think people don't care until it affects them, and often until it's too late. In this case, it's like that. I think when people hear misinformation, Bill, they just don't think about it. They go, well...
So many of the comments are basically saying, oh, excellent, that means we can finally shut Avi up. That's literally how they think about these bills.
Yeah, for sure. But those are activists on the other side, excited for what it means because they get what it means. But I think the general public, who wouldn't really agree with the idea, just don't care because they say, oh, well, I don't post on Twitter, I don't have a following, but they don't realize that it's going to get them in the fact that now what that is going to do is it's going to stop those that are fighting, pushing back, those that are holding the government accountable, those stopping the government from essentially carrying out these agendas. Again, go back to the gas. This whole banning gas thing, if no one's allowed to talk about it, then you're just going to have to accept it. Now, if you believe in everything, in COVID, at every point, climate change, whether 15, if the government wants to implement a 15-minute city that you can't leave your 15-minute zone, if us, the ones with platforms, can't raise the alarm early enough for people to get up and do something about it, then those things are just going to get through. They're just going to happen. And then you're going to sit there wondering, how come nobody spoke up for us? Because you didn't stand up for those that wanted to speak up.
Yes, well, memo to those who think it won't affect them. When your power bill has tripled and you're stuck in a 15-minute city and you're wondering why you haven't read about it in the newspapers, that will be why.